Welcome to Marrakesh.
I recently got the opportunity to visit Marrakesh, and what an amazing trip it was. It is a charming city with a wonderful medina with its narrow alleyways which are easy to get lost in. The place has a 1,000-year history and served as the capital of various dynasties which ruled Morocco and the Maghreb. It has a population of about 1 million wonderful people who welcome you with open arms. It has history, culture, great food and nightlife. Join me as I share my experience of visiting the city and give you some travel tips along the way. While walking is a great way of exploring the Medina, riding a bicycle through it and the outskirts of Marrakesh is also an interesting experience. The folks at Pikala Bicycle Center can set you up with a rental bike to explore the Medina and visit nearby villages and palm groves with their friendly and enthusiastic guides.
Okay, so guys, just talking about the cycling in the Medina, it's a bit chaotic, but now we're going to pass from the really fine tunnels. And you already see many damage of the houses and the buildings around the Medina. It's all since the earthquake from the last year, okay?
Well, there was an earthquake last year.
Yeah, it was really a heavy earthquake. At the epicenter, it was in the mountains in a village called Imlil, and the strength was about 6.7, which was really, really hard. Many villages, they get really gone. The houses, they get collapsed, like also families, they get died. And also the timing of the earthquake was not really good. It was about 11 p.m., which is most of the people already at home and already sleeping, especially the people in the mountains. They are really traditional, simple people. So that's why many people died back then. And also Marrakesh gets affected by the earthquake. That's why you see every damage in a corner in the Medina. That's why you see it a bit scary sometimes. Okay? But people in the Medina, they were much more luckier, okay? Because why we call it the old Medina? Because all around by the walls, okay? And since we are outside of the wall, there is new, we call it the new city or the new buildings, okay? All the houses built from the ceramic, flats, so it's much organized, not like here. So most of the houses still built from the clay. That's why when the earthquake happened, only affected the old parts, not the new part. So people, they were much luckier to move to the new part and rent over there, and the houses here, the government, they still recovering and building the houses, okay?
I'm from Pakistan and from Canada. London, yeah, lots of Pakistan.
Khitaras are an ancient Persian-origin water transportation method used widely in the Arab world and North Africa. In this region, they were built after the Islamic conquest and channeled groundwater for irrigation and drinking. The underground aqueduct had periodic openings overhead to provide light for the workers digging the tunnel and later to provide wells to the people who lived along the path of the Khitara. Unfortunately, during the French occupation, like in many other colonization projects, local knowledge and techniques were considered inferior, and the Khitaras fell into disrepair.
Hello, I'm Mohammed from Duzam National TV in Morocco. I have some questions for you, Nasser. Are you ready?
I am absolutely ready.
Okay, first, where are you from?
I am from Pakistan and Canada.
Oh, Nice to meet you. Nice people. I really love Pakistan.
I love Pakistan too.
Nice. My question for you, what's your first impression about Marrakesh?
I love Marrakesh. I love the color. I love the outdoors. I love the Medina. I love the sand. It's beautiful.
That's nice. Do you like the people? Because most of the people, they are saying Moroccan, they are big scammers. That's true? Be honest, please.
Hey, no, I haven't met any scammers yet. No scammers. They're all honest people.
That's nice. Nice to meet you, Nasser. And I'm a big scammer, by the way.
Oh, really? I realize that. I'll ask you a couple of questions now. I'll ask you a couple of questions because Mr. Mohammed, a short while ago, you introduced yourself to us and you said your name was Simo. Was that true?
No, not true. But guys, Mohammed, yeah, that's really, I like your question. Mohammed is super hard name for most of people because of the alphabet Ha. They cannot pronounce it. That's why the Jewish, when they come to Morocco or Marrakesh, they start saying Si Mohammed, like it stands for Sir Mohammed, and you say it much easier. So Sir Mohammed, Si Mohammed, Si Mohammed, and then the new generation they make it shorter to Simo. Okay,
Very
so this is Mohammed is much older, and I'm Simo.
If we have two Mohammed, we say Mohammed Simo or Simo.
Just for
We don't say Mohammed.
It will be much confusing.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you a scammer as well, Mohammed?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Now they tell us what they brought us out in the middle of nowhere.
But guys, nice to meet you all. Okay.
Nice to meet you too. Moroccans have an interesting tradition of building communal bread ovens which the entire community can use to bake bread. They take turns bringing their dough to the ovens and making delicious bread with it.
Okay guys, we are trying the Moroccan bread. It's really a good one and very crunchy and tasteful, so good because of the wood fire.
Just came out, super fresh.
Super fresh, yeah. And taste, Nasser, taste.
Yeah, let me taste it, yes.
Yeah, it tastes like heaven.
Delicious.
You're so good.
Very crunchy, nice. How do you like it, Mohammed?
Delicious.
Yeah?
It's good. I tried this before.
Riding a bicycle around the area is a great way of spending the day. The pace is not intense and the total distance covered was around 16 to 20 kilometers. The traffic can get quite diverse and you are sometimes competing with donkeys, horses, cars, buses and pedestrians all at the same time. So, decent bicycle riding skills are a must, although the tour guides will block traffic for you to make things easier. The Maranid dynasty based in Fez, which ruled Morocco from the 12th to 15th centuries, was known for supporting arts and literature. Sultan Abu al-Hassan constructed the first madrasa or school at this site in the mid-14th century. The madrasa likely taught Islamic scholars Maliki Islamic law, jurisprudence, and recitation of the Quran. The school in its current form was built by the Saadian Sultan of Marrakesh, Moulay Abdelaziz, in 1565. It borrows its name from the adjacent Ben Youssef Mosque. Once complete, this was the largest madrasa in the Maghreb and could cater to over 800 students, including 100 plus boarders. The site was closed in 1960 and reopened as a museum in 1982. This is one of the most visited destinations in Marrakesh. The building is built around a spacious open courtyard with a large water basin. The water basin, as is common in Moorish architecture, helps keep the surrounding rooms cool. The outer structure houses 134 small rooms for students clustered around 13 small courtyards, which provided light and helped with air circulation. The Zellij tilework, carved cedar and sculpted stucco are breathtaking. Quranic verses, religious quotes and Arabic poetry are calligraphed on the walls. The Saadi dynasty has left a strong impression on Marrakesh, and the Qubbas of the Sharifs or the Saadian Tombs are a great example of this, a high point of Moroccan architecture. A necropolis or cemetery was placed here well before the Saadi dynasty, likely in the 12th century during the Almohad dynasty. The first mausoleum was built here between 1557 and 1574 by Abdullah al-Ghalib. The complex was expanded by the Saadian rulers who succeeded Ghalib and was used by the Alawi dynasty for burials as well. The complex eventually fell out of use and was rediscovered and repaired in 1917 by the Service of Fine Arts, Antiquities and Historic Monuments. Don't forget to look up as you exit. If you're lucky, you might be able to see a stork or two resting in their nest after making some deliveries. The Bahia Palace was built in the mid-19th century by Si Musa, the Grand Vizier to Alawi Sultan Mohammed IV. The structure was expanded over time as neighboring land became available for purchase by Si Musa's son Ba Ahmed. As a result, it does not follow an overarching plan. The palace is made up of a number of courtyards or riads with rooms around them. Al-Bahia, meaning brilliant, was the name of Ba Ahmed's favorite wife. The decorations here are also made up of some great sculpted plaster, intricately carved and painted woodwork and Carrara marble. After Ba Ahmed's death in 1900, Sultan Abdelaziz took over the palace. In 1908, Madani el-Glaoui took control of the palace. He was the brother of Thami el-Glaoui, who would be responsible for ruling southern Morocco during the French occupation. In 1912, after the French takeover, it became the residence of the French resident general in the city. After Moroccan independence, it became the residence of King Mohammed V. During the reign of King Hassan II, it was transferred to the Moroccan Ministry of Culture and became a tourist attraction. Dar Nebhi Palace was built in the early 20th century by Mehdi al-Nebhi, who succeeded Ba Ahmed and was vizier in the court of Alawi king Moulay Abdelaziz. The palace was seized by the family of Thami el-Glaoui, the Pasha of Marrakesh. The Moroccan government took over the palace after independence in 1956 and converted it to a girls' school. In 1997, it was restored by the Omar Ben Jaloun Foundation and converted to a museum. The building is a fine example of Zillij tilework, painted and carved cedar, and has a beautiful large brass chandelier. The museum today is host to contemporary art and other historical objects. An hour and a half outside Marrakesh is the village of Imlil, a great place for hiking in the foothills of the Atlas Mountains. Guided excursions are available from Marrakesh, or if you are feeling adventurous, a community taxi will get you there for 50 dirham and you can then explore on your own. This is a great way of getting out in nature, away from the hustle and bustle of the Medina, and enjoy some wonderful views of Mount Toubkal, the highest peak in the Atlas range. Hello, Mr. Mule. What you eating? These are the places that I chose to visit on my trip to Marrakesh. There are many other great sites like Bahia Palace, Yves Saint Laurent Museum, Jardin Majorelle, etc., which are also worth a visit. My experience in Marrakesh was great from start to end. The airport process, both arriving and departing, was super smooth, taking less than an hour in each side. Despite Simo's warning, I did not encounter any scammers. Keep in mind though that there are no posted prices in the Medina, so negotiation is mandatory. The taxis don't have meters, so agree on a price before starting the journey. I found that they typically ask for 25% or more over the reasonable price, so again, negotiate. The people are friendly and patient even if you don't speak Arabic or French, and the city is rich with culture, history and food. Definitely worth a visit.